Hey guys, this is Cash with Cavaliere. This is going to be season 1, episode 8. I really wanted to reach out to you guys today and talk about attitude. One of the things that I've really found to be extremely important in my life, and one of the things that I think is extremely important in everybody's life, because it's just something that you see all the time, it's something you hear all the time, but it's your attitude, and I really want to make sure that we're able to focus more in line with our attitudes. There's not many things in this life that we can control. We can't stop the waves from coming, we can't make it rain, we can't make it stop raining, we can't make it sunny, we can't make it hot, we can't make it cold. We can't really control many things in life except for ourselves, except for our ability to push forward, our attitude, our outlook on life, our ability to do things, pick things up, put things down, whatever it may be. We can only really control ourselves, and that's really one of the things that I think is so powerful about your attitude. And one thing that I've noticed as well is something that a lot of people seem to have a problem there that lacks in there with their attitude. And when I say that, I don't mean that like people have sour attitudes, people are bad, they're angry, they're mean people, but their attitudes are jointed more towards negativity and unhappiness rather than happiness. Most people that anybody really meets can probably say about 60% of the time they're happy or they're average. One thing that I've really prided myself on is being able to be extremely happy no matter the circumstance. I mean, obviously there's times where I do make excuses. I let myself be unhappy when there's not really a justified reason. And I'm sure we can all find similarities with that, and I'm sure that we've all done such a thing. And I know that the reason we get sad, we get angry, we get upset are all different reasons. And when we're all angry, sad, upset, or mad, we always ask ourselves, it's very common to ask yourself, why am I like this? Why am I angry? Why am I sad at this? And then we find reasons to be sad. We find reasons to be angry. We find reasons that we need to feel this way rather than being happy, rather than doing whatever we can to not feel that way. We let it build, we let it keep going, we let it keep growing. And I really think it's super important to, instead of finding the excuse of why we can feel this way, rather find the reason, find the silver lining, if you will, of why we shouldn't. Why we should keep being happy, why we should not let this affect us on a day-to-day basis, why this should sit in our mind, whether it's a bad situation, whether it's whatever it may be, you lost your job, you got fired, you got hurt, you stubbed your toe, whatever it may be. These are all reasons, don't get me wrong, you're justified to be angry in a moment, but to let it last, to let it fester, to let it control your actions from there on forward is not okay towards your future. Because every time you do this, it's just making the ability for you to do it again and again and again and again easier and easier. And that's why one of the things I really think is super important is when we think about, I used to hear this all the time when I was in school, it takes more energy to frown than to smile. Well, the same thing goes for negativity than positive. But at the end of the day, I mean, obviously, if you're already in that rut of being negative, you're in that rut of frowning all the time, you're not going to just flip. You're not going to just be happy every day. I consider myself to probably be happy about 87-88% of the time. It's very, very unoften where I'm angry and I let someone else make me feel any other way than happy. It's always myself that does it the most, and I feel that that's important, but I feel like I take it so heavily, my criticism of myself, and I feel like that's why it puts me down. It's one thing I'm working on, but it's one thing that I pride myself on not letting other people affect me. So when it comes to you being happy, or you being able to flip that switch, it is going to take energy. It's going to take energy to go from negativity to happy, because at the end of the day, you're now flipping that habit you have of finding the reason why you can be miserable, finding the reason why you can complain about this, that, and the third instead of being positive, finding that reason why you can be happy, finding the reason why this isn't that big of a deal, finding a reason that makes this scene not as bad because at the end of the day, nothing really is that bad. We're all awake, we're all here, so don't be afraid of using the energy that you're using to be so negative and not aware of it, to focusing and channeling that into being happy, because being happy is going to take energy. Being negative takes energy. It's all going to keep going and festering and festering. If you use that, you'll allow yourself to move forward, and you'll allow yourself to really grow and prosper throughout that. It's going to take energy to be happy. It's going to take energy to change that outlook on yourself and to be able to be happy all the time. It's going to take focus. You're going to have to pay attention. You're going to have to change things. You have to take action. So it will take energy, and I won't lie about that. But one of the things I pride myself on is being happy. At least 85% of the time, I'm a happy-go-lucky person. Yes, every once in a while things do knock me down, and I do make excuses of why I can feel bad. We're not perfect. We never will be. But the one thing I have noticed is there's not many people out there that are as happy as I am. I can count them all, maybe on both hands, if that, and that's not a lot of people. So with that being said, if I can do it and these 9, 10 people can do it, I know that everybody else can do it. It's just a matter of really just focusing and being able to look at the situation, find the problem instead of finding a complaint or a reason to be unhappy about it. And if you can do that, you'll really be able to find the connection in yourself and be able to find the ability to push forward, to be able to find the ability in being happy all the time, and really resorting back to finding the solution to your problems and just being happy and finding resolutions rather than complaining and being unhappy. And that's really my big message for you guys here today. And I know we're coming to an end here with Cash and with Cavaliere, so I really want to make sure that I'm getting as much feedback as possible to really let me know what you guys liked, what you didn't like, what you would like me to hear, so that when I'm putting together my syllabus, if you will, for season 2, I can really put that all into aspect. But thanks again for listening, and let me know what you guys think.